And we're live. Welcome, everybody. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. Anders Pulse. Oh, we got 4 watching. I'll just wait for some people to get in. We have a great show today. We have the Bitcoin chart and the Hex chart. We also have some great news, some great updates with regards to Pulsechain. So that's good. And coverage in watcher.guru as well. So there's a lot to talk about. Not much price action, but a little bit. And we're obviously going to cover that. If you haven't been watching, yesterday we had a special Sunday show with a wild SJ. It's a great show. I suggest you guys take a look at the replay on that one. But Furu the Hexagon, you the man, bro. Keep it up. Thanks, man. I haven't seen you here, so thanks for tuning in. And please like and subscribe if you haven't already. But he's betting that testnet v3 drops tomorrow. Well, there was someone who's very technical on Twitter. He said, according to like what needs to be done, mid-February, Wednesday. Much better. Makes a lot more sense now. Hey, maybe. Who am I to say no? Anyways, let's get into it. We got the Bitcoin chart. The Bitcoin chart right now is trading at 23,192. The bearish divergence continues. Let's reline it. Yeah, bearish divergence. That's a bearish divergence, folks. Looks like maybe we'll hit that target of 24,615 and retrace to the beginning of the move. So like bounce back down to 20K on our way up to the target of 28,000, 27,000. But yeah, we got a little bit of a dump right now. No serious volume. Definitely also seeing a rising wedge, guys, which is a bearish pattern. Rising wedge is a bearish pattern. We broke this level and we broke above this level. So it's nevertheless been pumping. And like I said, we are so oversold, it's crazy. We are due. We're due a pump, and we're getting a pump. We're getting that pump that we're due. Is this the end of the bear market and going straight into the bull market, all-time highs and everything? Absolutely not. But it is, in my non-financial advice opinion, do your own research, the beginning of the end of the bear market, meaning the bottom. That makes sense. And we have further evidence of this. Although maybe you could say it's not really such evidence. But our friend, my friend, Sami, by the way, I want to give Sami a shout out because he talked about how there were a lot more wallets that sacrificed for PulseX than Pulsechain and Pulsechain than Hex. And I said he might have gotten it for me. And he said in the comments he didn't, but he's going to follow me. And now Sami is following me. So he's definitely my friend. And shout out to him. I said, great minds think alike. Great minds think alike. But he says, if you're still calling for lower Bitcoin prices, I would like to know why you believe this time is different. Mt. Gox supply is delayed to September 30th. It might not mean Bitcoin necessarily flies, but it's time Ethereum and our favorite crypto catch bids. So there you go. I also said this. See, I guess it's just great minds think alike. But I know he's watching the show, and give him a shout out because he's awesome. He provides for so much content on the show. But the Mt. Gox thing has been one of those things that reemerges every time prices are down and people are spooked. So I don't think it, and now they're saying it's delayed for another year, for another 8 months, 9 months, another 9 months. So maybe that'll be like the capitulation before the actual run up. Maybe the Mt. Gox supply will be like the dump down to 3,800 that we had last cycle before it went straight up to 20K. But anyways, I actually like this. And I used to look at this all the time back in the beginning of the bull market when, everyone thought we're going to 500K Bitcoin, whatever. But the halving tracker, so it measures from the halving all the way to the next halving, right? Yeah, I think it measures one cycle. So you had the halving, and this is for the purple is 2012. You had the run up all the way here, and it's to scale, so it's scaled to 2020. So you had this run up, which was insane. Then you had 2016 is the green. So you had that run up. And then you had the 2020 run up, which is the light blue, which is garbage, honestly. And it's probably only less and less from here, The returns continue to diminish. But the point is that you see the bottom is very close. It's a little bit longer, but it is in line with the bottom of 2016, and it's way further than the bottom of 2020, which is over here. But the point is, yeah, this is looking like some consolidation. Like we do that consolidation like we did here. We go sideways, we go up and then we dump, whatever. Same here. Some like nice sideways action, there was a bottom, then there's some sideways, another dump, whatever, and then a little bit of a run up front running the Bitcoin halving. So it seems like we are in that stage where we're going to go up and then maybe go down, but basically some sideways action, some no all-time highs for another 8 months, let's say, to a year. And then we're going to probably have that euphoria. So it is looking like the bottom's in. This looks like a nice bottom pattern too, no? Looks like a nice bottom pattern. I can't imagine we go back to under 15K. I just can't imagine it. But again, Richard Hart said 11K. So, but Sami says bottom's in. I say perhaps the bottom's in. But do these things? I mean, the cycles have been rhyming, right? The time frame has been spot on, top to bottom until now, and the price action has been diminishing until now, and also the volatility has been diminishing. So we don't necessarily need that same 85% dip. 80% dip could suffice, but I don't know. What do you guys think in the comment section? Do we need more downside? Is this going to be the longest bear market in the history of Bitcoin? The longest distance from top to bottom in the history of Bitcoin? I don't know. But yeah, we got Meta Staying in the chat. What's up, Furu? What is up, Meta Staying? Nice to see you in here, as always. Moving on, though. That's Bitcoin. Now we got Hex. Hex is what really matters. Hex is trading at 2.6 cents. We broke above the resistance. But then we found more resistance at this point here where I actually drew the line, and it looks like we're going back for a retest. Will the previous resistance hold as support? And then we could break above this and head for our next target of 4.6. 4.6 looks like a nice testnet V3 target, no? 4.7 sounds like a nice testnet V3 target to me, but what do you guys think? We could check out maybe the 4 hour even. There you go. A little bit more clearer on the short-term price action. Clearly broke above this, but then obviously found resistance over here. Yeah, and I mean, we do still have that bullish divergence, which you could see better on the daily chart. But also, like Bitcoin, I believe the Hex bottoms in too. I mean, especially Bitcoin. So with especially Hex, I'm sorry. With Hex, you have the imminent Pulsechain launch. Just the fact that that is very close, that the testnet V3 is almost there, is very bullish. I mean, how much more downside could you get when testnet? How much more downside could you get with a testnet V3 launch? Could you get a lower low? Certainly seems like it would definitely be tough, but never say never in crypto. Again, I also think that maybe we're not pumping as much because people think that that 11K in price happening, and that has been hurting the Hex price, in my opinion. People don't want to put in money to Hex because people that are considering buying Hex listen to Richard Hart, and when Richard Hart says 11K in prey, they believe him. And if Bitcoin goes to 11K, they think Hex is going under a penny, or maybe a little above a penny, but a lot lower. So maybe they're holding back. Maybe they're not. I think they're going to get left behind, but I don't know. What do you guys think? But yeah, I mean, that's as far as the chart, not much like price action. I'd like to see us holding the support and heading up to testnet V3 target right here. This is the testnet V3 target. And then this is our how about this? Main net target 18.8. Is it 7 cents or 18.8 main net? You know what it could be? It could be that 18 is our announcement, and then we get like buy the rumor, sell the news. We come back down to 7, let's say. We come back down to 7, and then we hold it as support, right? Like Benjamin Callen says, hold it as support. We need to come back to the 20 week or whatever and hold it as support. And then we go to all-time highs. Then we go all the way up there. How about that? So we get 18, testnet V3, Pulsechain, imminent launch, sell the news, 7 cents, all-time highs. I have no idea. Or it could just be Pulsechain announcement, buy the rumor, sell the news, and then up to there. Who knows? But I think the bottom's in. I think if the Bitcoin bottom's in, then the Hex bottom is certainly in. But yeah, I mean, that's really that. Thing is, Hex is a lot more volatile, so it could easily make another lower low with maybe not even the biggest Bitcoin dump because it moves in higher percentages. That's really how it works. But anyways, we got crypto bubbles. Red day. Very red day. Hex Daily Stats. Make sure you check Hex Daily Stats on the daily. And we got 63 changing current holders, 69, changing current stakers. Brings us over 118,000. Sweet. We are over 118,000 current stakers. That's all-time highs. All-time highs current holders, all-time highs current stakers during the bear market. So the future looks bright, people. The future looks bright. But yeah, I mean, that's it for Hex. Let's see what you guys are saying. What are you guys saying? Jojo. Yes, I want to go lower so I can buy more. Yeah, that would be nice, I guess. Agree with that. Get all you can. Get them. Yeah, listen, I guess I wouldn't mind if it goes lower. I'm just not counting on it. But I wouldn't mind if it does. Hex Live says, show me PulseX. Buy PulseX. Not financial advice. But we got 26 watching, so make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, guys. And make sure you go to furufinance.com and book your free one-on-one today. Moving on, we got your friend SOMMI. There's about 32 million USD sitting in Hex wallets. This includes Ethereum and USDT stablecoins. I'm not sure how much we'll buy on Pulsechain announcement, but if it's 12.2 million spent, we can get 4x the price. That would bring the price to about 10 cents on Uniswap. Very interesting. And very possible. I mean, what else are they going to do with their cash? If they haven't taken it out, if they haven't off-ramped, they probably are waiting to buy more. I think they might be waiting for 11K in prey. Let's see if they get it. Or let's see if they FOMO at 10 cents and then bring it to 20 cents. But good point. And then like another one is there's 6.7 million of Hex offer side liquidity. So Hex buys. If 13.4 million USD clicked in, we get 9x price to 22 cents. Ahead of Pulsechain, we still have paper hands such as Wallet DO1. No, Wallet DO1's out. Probably dampen the bids, but still we can land it around 10 cents without energy. I thought Wallet DO1 was out. Who knows? Good stuff, though. He's saying 10, 12 cents. 10, 12 cents Pulsechain launch. That's a nice way to start out the bull market, I would say. But yeah, no, interesting stuff by Sami. And we got Pulsechain news and talk. Give it a retweet. Pulsechain testnet v3 is close. Saying it's close. With the imminent launch, we could very well see a brand new complete interface overhaul for Pulsechain and PulseX, well over 650 staking validators, Pulse and PulseX sacrifice balance updated, finalized. A new wallet to rival MetaMask. Yeah, we could see all those things. And it's close. It's close. It's all everyone's talking about. So, I mean, feels close. But the new wallet, I think the new wallet's going to wait until we're well into the bull market, and then people could sacrifice more money. Right now, you're not going to be able to raise a lot of money with a sacrifice. I mean, the sacrifice definitely won't bring in a lot of cash in comparison to when prices of crypto are at considerably higher levels. So I don't think we're going to see that soon. And MetaMask does work, although people have problems with it. It kind of works pretty well. But we're probably going to see testnet v3 soon. And by soon, probably within a month. But it feels like it's never going to happen, okay? But yeah, I think it's close. It's close. But yeah, what do you guys think about that? Before we go to the next story, you could check out the chat. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Feel free to leave a super chat if you're feeling up to it. But Hex Live says, love the stream. Thank you. I love you. Was scrambling to get money in last May when Pulsechain was supposed to launch. This delay has been a blessing. I agree. I so agree. It has been a blessing. And I've been able to really move up the rankings as a T shareholder and as a Hex holder, which would not have happened. Let's say, like, maybe it would. I don't know. I don't know if we would have gotten such low prices for Hex as 1.7 cents. Maybe we would have went down to 6 or 7. Who knows? But that has been good. Been loading up, getting ready for launch. Bags are stacked, ready to go. Yes. 100%. Like, people are complaining, but if you just look at the big picture, things have worked out very well for everyone. I'm saying, if you're not a whale already, if you didn't stack up on Hex when it just came out, and you don't have T shares coming out the wazoo, where like you're at the point where you don't even need to buy Pulsechain. You sacrifice a ton for PulseX. You have a ton of money and you have a ton of Hex. You should not be complaining about the delay, because it's done most people very well if they double down. If they got suckered into buying other coins that are probably not going to do well, then it may be a problem, the launch delay, because I think the launch delay led to a lot of people going in on these meme coins and these copycat coins and like these just coins that were building on Pulsechain and things like that. So I think a lot of people may have gotten wrecked like that. But hey, maybe they'll do better. I don't think they will though. But if you were able to double down on your Hex and your USDC in preparation for the Pulsechain and not while avoiding the shiny object syndrome, it's worked out very well for you, in my opinion. Not financial advice, but yeah, shout out to you, Metastain. And Bit Finesse says, I noticed my mind put up little resistance to all narratives that end in then new all-time highs. Yeah, right. It's true. We all want those new all-time highs. I think, in my non-financial advice opinion, I think new all-time highs end of 2023, beginning 2024. Fair? But are we going down to a cent? Hard for me to imagine. But yeah. Did we bottom, sir? Is 11K still in play? I was actually talking about this on the Zoom meeting with patrons. And just a reminder, you too could become a Patreon. I'm actually going to link it in the chat. Join the Patreon, get exclusive access and benefits. But have we bottomed? It looks like we bottomed. I mean, we could only guess, sort of, but we could take an educated guess. We could take educated guesses. And if you look at the metrics, one of the metrics that, people slept on, but it ended up being probably the most prominent, was the Fed. And, the Fed obviously at 0 interest rates and quantitative easing was very bullish for crypto, and the Fed at 5% interest rates and quantitative tightening was very bearish for crypto. And it looks like the Fed, it looks like inflation is coming down, and the Fed is going from hawkish to dovish. I mean, we're already seeing that incrementally happen with the rate hikes coming down. So that's bullish for the market. The market should be pricing that in a bullish manner. And then you have, so that's like big. And then you have the 4-year cycle, which topped on time. Let's not forget that. So should bottom on time. According to that, it's bottomed. We have a Bitcoin halving coming up. We have a Pulsechain launch. We have a very oversold market to the point where we get bearish news like a Genesis bankruptcy, but we don't even get a dump after that, meaning it's gotten to the point where everyone that would sell based on bearish news has sold because nobody's selling despite very bearish news. Then you have the fact that it dropped 80%. And a lot of people think 85 because Richard Hart said 85, but at the same time, it pumped less, and Bitcoin has been pumping less and dumping less, therefore, every cycle. So an 80% maybe is enough because it only pumped 20% of what it did in 2018. So I'm pretty bullish. I think the bottom's in. I don't think we're going 11K, right? But I don't know. That's why I don't put all my money in at once. That's why I continue to DCA. But I hope that answers your question, Exodus, and I hope you like and subscribe. Hex Squid says, when Moon, in my non-financial advice opinion, end of 2023, beginning 2024. Hex Live, delay is good. Don't understand why people wanted Pulsechain to release deep in a bear. Yeah. No, never financial advice. Oh, and the Furu Finance Patreon. Just a reminder, you too can go on Patreon, get exclusive access to live courses, recordings, Zoom meetings with myself, discounts, and supporting the show, supporting my work. So that's some good stuff. But moving on, we got our featured story is, can Pulsechain? This was retweeted by Christina Hype. You should be following her at Christina Hype. This was an article by Watcher.guru. Can Pulsechain rise 14,000x after launch? Richard Hart explains. Can Pulsechain deliver a price rise of 14,000x after launch and replicate Hex's success in indices? Here's what Richard Hart estimates. Ooh, Richard Hart, he's got a pretty good track record, so to say the least. But rumors are circling that Pulsechain Testnet v3 is all set to be launched sometime in February 2023. Hex founder Richard Hart confirmed in a recent interview with influencer Maddie Allen that the software development on Pulsechain is going really great. During a recent Q&A, a user asked Hart if he can give out a price expectation for PLS. Hart revealed that he does not provide price predictions, but eventually went ahead stating that what could happen after launch. Hart previously predicted that Hex could do a 10,000x, and his prediction turned out to be accurate. The cryptocurrency tycoon now forecasts that Pulsechain could do a 14,000x, similar to how Ethereum did a 14,000x in the indices. I don't make price predictions, but I will tell you that I'm going to make a price prediction. What could be possible, said Hart, and continued. When I said that Hex was designed to do a 10,000x when it was invented, it was because I thought of what Ethereum did. Ethereum did a 10,000x, so it was a reasonable estimate of what was possible. He added, well, if Ethereum did a 14,000x, which it has so far, why can't something that's better? So I think a 14,000x is a reasonable estimate for what could be possible for Pulsechain, Hart forecasted. You can watch Hart's estimations for Pulsechain post-launch in the video below. Retweeted by KDP Crypto, so that's awesome. Also, surprisingly, 99% of Richard Hart's predictions have turned out to be true. Many in the cryptocurrency sphere label Hart as a time traveler who foresees damage beforehand. You can read most of his predictions, what turn out to be accurate here. So there you go. Pulsechain is yet to launch, therefore there's no possible data to predict its run in the indices. Also, considering that the global economy is on the verge of a recession, the bear market could stunt PLS growth. The markets are not in favor of a bull run, and leading cryptocurrencies could retrace in price after a rally. Whether Pulse could do a 14,000x or not, only time will tell. I agree with that statement. But Richard Hart, he has a pretty good track record. And he said Hex could do a 10,000x in under 2 years. And it did. I think it did it in 1.8. So he's saying that Pulsechain could do a 14,000x. And it might. He's also saying that Bitcoin could go to 11K. And it might, even though I think it's not, but still. So that's interesting. It's also interesting that Watcher.guru has been frequently covering Pulsechain and Hex because Hex is emerging. I'm saying it is emerging as one of the prominent cryptocurrencies, and a big reason for that is because most other cryptocurrencies are dead. So just the fact that the community is able to stay intact and afloat during a bear market is a good indicator of solid future price performance, in my opinion, not financial advice. And the proof that things are happening, and it is one of the only communities around, is because it's being covered by Watcher.guru, which has over 1 million followers on Twitter. It's frequently being covered by mainstream people because it is the happening place. So I think that is good. Whether or not it does a 14,000x or a 4,000x or 1,000x, I'll be very happy. But I think all this hype and the progress that we've been having with hexagons on the TikToks and YouTube Shorts, I think we're going to do very well. I think if you're in Hex Pulsechain or PulseX, I personally believe that it's going to be a fun bull market, to say the least. But yeah, that's it for the article. I guess we'll look at the chats and super chats and see what you guys are saying. If you guys have any questions or anything. Before we do that, though, just a reminder that you too can book a free one-on-one today with me at furufinance.com. It's free. So do it today. Do it today. Link is in the description. Also, if you become a Patreon, you get some cool access and benefits. So go click the Patreon membership over there if you haven't, and support me. But yeah, that's really it for the news. I guess we can also give a shout out to some of our Hex TikTokers, including Seek5555. Go give him a follow. He's doing some great work. He's been posting non-stop. So at Seek5555 in the chat. Also, Nico Hilsensauer. Go give Nico Hilsensauer at Nico H Education a follow. These people are on the front lines. And I actually posted one today. I took it off Twitter. And let's see how well it did, because it did really well. It got 1,000 views really quickly. So we're at 1,550 views in. That could continue. So follow at Furu Finance, Charlie 2020, another great account. My chess moves. Some great hexagons in the TikTok. And VRD Hex. Shout out to you guys. Appreciate your work. Yeah. Oh, he's got one with Joe Parise. Awesome stuff. He's got one with me and Crypto Coffee. So awesome stuff. But yeah, that's it for the TikToks. Let's go take a look at what you guys are saying. If you have any questions, any super chats, feel free to leave them. Chad Donner Schwans, the Schwans of House Donner has entered the chat. Good morning to Furu and Kings in the chat. Welcome. Pleasure having you. And good morning. Afternoon for me. PulseX will 10,000x within 3 years of launch. I hope so. As long as Hex lives to see the next bull run, it will do another 10,000x. I hope. It could. Another 1,000x. That is possible. That is possible, because Bitcoin did a 8,000 and then it did like a 1,500x. Ethereum did like 1,000 and then went all the way down to 47 or something. But that is because everyone knew about Ethereum. So like once everyone knows about it, it's hard to get 1,000x in one cycle. But until then, it can happen. So I think it can very, very possibly happen. but we got 38 watching. So make sure to like, subscribe, and go to furufinance.com. Let's see if there's anything else. KSB TV is here. What's up, Hex Games? What is up, KSB TV? Max X is for PLSX. Richard Hart said 14,000X. So that's the max. That's the max. Do I think it's going to do that? I hope. But if I had to, I would probably say I'd be closer to 1,000, 2,000. But who knows? I'll be happy with 500. That would be insane. But we'll see. Davis, what is going on? The documentary will do amazing things. I think the documentary is overrated, honestly. If it gets released now, because nobody knows Richard Hart and everyone has that bad taste of crypto stuck in their mouth of like Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX. And when they see someone like doing the outrage marketing and the price chart is down so much, they might just think automatically it's a scam or it's a fluke. But I think when the price goes back up, I think documentary will be crazy. So it's all about timing. I think documentary is a top kind of thing. I remember the teaser trailer to the documentary came out when Hex was at like 50 cents. And that made people really FOMO at the top. I think the documentary should be also released when Hex is at least 50 cents, you know? But I don't know. I think it's better to come out once he's already famous. You want to build the interest through promotion, TikTok and YouTube Shorts. And then once you build the demand, then you drop the doc. But I don't know. It's done and they're looking for buyers. But maybe no one's going to buy it. Maybe no one's really going to buy it until the price, appreciates considerably. So I don't know. I think Pulsechain launch will do a lot more. I think TikToks will do a lot more. I think price appreciation will do a lot more. I don't know if the documentary will do much if it's released now, but hopefully I'm wrong. Richard might be a time traveler. Yes, that's what Watcher Guru said. Watcher Guru said that Richard Hart is a time traveler. Yeah, not much news going on. So, I mean, this could just be a short stream, but unless you guys have chats, really not a lot going on. Just testnet v3, it's close. Mainnet comes after testnet v3. It's close. Erdogan, blah, blah, blah. Lighthouse. You guys know how it is. Honestly, it's getting kind of cringe, the whole Pulsechain update thing, but whatever. Even if it hits crypto people, it will be huge. And then kind of people know crypto is not even a scam. I don't think so. He's really not that big. Like, that's what people have to understand. It's like, why are they making a museum? It's not the time for museum yet. You have to have interest before you have a museum. Maybe he just wants to make it so it's like ready for when he becomes famous. Everyone will just funnel in. It's just like there for them, I guess. But a museum is not so much of promotion as it is preserving legacies. It's more of something that comes at the end. Like, you look at the presidential libraries, they come after their career is over, when they're already in the later stages of their lives. So I think that's when the appropriate time for museum would be. Now's not really the time for a museum. Now's the time to get going. Now's the time to be streaming, to be posting TikToks, things like that. But I don't know. It would be cool if there's a museum, and maybe I'll visit. It would be awesome. It certainly would be awesome. Would it do much in terms of promotion? No. No. How will he get famous? because he can't do paid advertising. Well, that's why I say TikTok and YouTube Shorts, and I compare it to the meteoric rise of Andrew Tate. Let me actually post the link to the Telegram. That's how you get it constantly in front of people. Been saying this for a long time. That's really the best way for outbound marketing. I think there's a bunch of ways, but right now we're in a bear market, and crypto's fringe, and crypto that isn't on a fiat on ramp like Coinbase or Binance is even more fringe. You have to be very, very crypto savvy. You have to understand how decentralized exchanges work, and connect your hardware wallet through your MetaMask to decentralized exchange. And that's just not something that regular people could do yet. As crypto becomes more and more mainstream, and as Hex becomes more and more adopted, you could do more mainstream marketing. When people could just open a Coinbase and buy Hex, then you could think more mainstream in terms of the advertising. Right now, you need to target people that are already crypto savvy. So how will he get famous? TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and price appreciation. Those are probably like the biggest things. And obviously, community engagement is important. Let's not like disregard it, but it's not like the best. I'm saying like Twitter and YouTube is not the best outreach, but I think during the bull market, when the price is going up, like you're getting thousands of onboards a day. So I think things will be a lot easier. But even if he could do paid advertising, I think it would be not such a good idea. He's a smart man, Richard. I'm sure he will work it out and do right by his followers who sacrifice. Well, we have no expectations from the work of others, but I think everyone will do very well. Hold your Hex. Please like and subscribe. And I guess, do we have any more chats? Any more questions? Just a reminder that you can go to furufinance.com and schedule a free one-on-one today. Click the link, book now, and then just choose a time. Click one of these, next, completely free. But link is in the description. We got 37 watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to the video, and follow me on Twitter at Furu Finance. And yeah, so I guess we'll just wait another second. Appreciate you all tuning in. Again, not really much going on today, but always a pleasure streaming. Yeah, it's looking like not much else. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, have a great rest of your day.